Welcome back. 6:42 is the time. Kids are heading back to school, and there are plenty of families in need during this difficult time.
Yeah, we've been teaming up with Soda Clothing to sell these Minnesota State Fair shirts as folks miss out on the fair this year. The shirts are also, though, helping students to get the supplies they need to be successful in school.
And Corey Gordon is the CEO of Kids in Need. He's joining us live here this morning in studio to talk a little bit more about how this is helping. Corey, we appreciate you being with us. First of all, tell us a little bit about the foundation for folks who aren't familiar with it.
Sure. Kids in Need Foundation is a national organization that's based here in Roseville, Minnesota. And we provide school supplies for students and teachers who have need of resources all throughout the U.S.
Corey, at first thought, you're thinking, well, a lot of kids aren't even going back to school. But then you were telling us here that the need really has changed a lot because the hybrid schools, they need almost 2 sets of school supplies, really.
Correct. Most people don't realize that when distance learning happens, it doesn't mean that kids don't need resources, because many kids in the U.S. lack internet access or computers at home, so they need the supplies that they need to do school when they're at home. But then the schools also need supplies, because as the kids come in for the hybrid learning and alternating times in the class, the teachers can't have shared resources anymore. Each of the kids need their own individual set of resources and supplies, so in some ways they need 2 sets of supplies, one for home and one at school.
And that's not only pandemic related, but I mean, we talked a lot about equitable learning too, and the fact that some kids are living in areas where they maybe don't have internet service. And so there's a big push right now to try to get internet service statewide so that these kids and these families who are choosing distance learning have the resources available. And you guys kind of are playing in with that a little bit too, as far as getting the resources, getting the tablets and the laptops, et cetera.
That's correct, Megan. Roughly a third of the students in the Twin Cities do not have computers or internet access. So when you look at 1 out of every 3 of our kids are not distance learning enabled, that's a real challenge. So we are working closely with donors and corporate partners to be able to raise the funds needed to provide that is, whether they're Chromebooks or tablets, Wi-Fi hotspots, so that way these kids can be able to continue their learning regardless of whether they're in class or in home.
Corey, if folks are interested in helping, how can they do so?
We'd love for families to provide supplies for these kids, as well as the resources needed to be able to purchase these Chromebooks and tablets. And they can go on our website and find ways to provide those resources, and we'll make sure those get to the students and teachers who have the need of them.
And what is the web address, real quick, for the website?
Sure, it's KINF.org.
Okay.
KINF.org. And don't forget, you can buy these Minnesota State Fair T-shirts, too, through Soda Clothing. They are sold out right now at the moment, but you can get on a waiting list online, register so that you can be notified when they are back in stock, because proceeds from these shirts also go to the organization foundation. Corey, thank you so much for your time this morning. We appreciate it and appreciate the work you're doing.
Thank you.